Ooh. What's this then? Cool. It looks as though we have what we need. My volumes have changed, haven't they? Ah. Okay, this could be fun. Let's go check volumes. Welcome to another edition of Space Engineers Into the Unknown. I'm going to use this as a continuation to our first part of the playthrough. I think we are. I want to make a ship. Luckily, we've got a bit of a ship that we can make it from. So let's go have a look. Right, this is okay. This is all right. I think it's all right. All right, I've got a symbol up in the top left-hand corner which tells me that Twitch is working, which does come up on stream. That's interesting. I want a different symbol as well. So if I do that, and then that, I get that symbol and a message. Okay. Right, I think we're set, so I can see that the sound's working. They're clever techniques that I'm trying to use to make sure that things actually work. Right, let's get our... Oh, I can't open this packet. Stuff set up here. Righty. I'm not feeling very well, if you haven't already noticed, about a little bit of a change in my voice. Yes, I am going to the doctors about it, so don't worry about me. I'm fine. A little bit doolally, but fine. So yeah, we've got this ship from the last sessions. I've parked it on this ice base. I'm thinking of taking this into the unknown, which means basically travelling out there and exploring different worlds. Now, when we landed back here, I took note of how much hydrogen, stopping distances and all that kind of thing. Well, different planets have different gravities, and I want this to be able to land on different planets. So currently, if my voice doesn't give out, we would barely make it. So if we're going to travel into the unknown, we need to do it a bit more safely. I think might be a good idea. So building upon what we've got, what would we need? We would need another fuel tank, another hydrogen tank, that's for certain. Otherwise we'll get down to a planet and never get off it. And 2 more downwards thrusters. Yeah, I think that sounds about the kind of thing that we're really after. Sound seems alright. Let me just check the sound levels. Yeah, sound levels seem okay. Right. So that's the plan of action. So let's put a fuel tank on. We're on an ice lake, so we've got plenty of ice. I think that's pretty obvious. You're probably thinking, well, where do you get your ice from? Well, here, this lake. We'll see that in a second or two. was setting all that up yesterday so that we didn't have to do it during the stream. Which I thought was a better idea, you know, gives us a straight run into the setup for this series, which is this ship. Got quite a bit to do to it. Alright, let's just pop that to one side for a sec. We'll come back to you. Where's my drink? Here's my drink. Right, so to give you the idea of the size of this ship, down on the bottom left, there's a car. Yeah. This is, shall we just say a little bit wild. That's a normal vehicle. Look at this thing. It's absolutely huge. Okay. So we're going to need a tank. Hydrogen tank, that'll do it. What do you require? Steel. Okay. We'll have some steel then. Have I got any? I have. Oh, that's nice. Whoa. Oh, that's not good. Get you out of my face. I'm going to put it at the front because I think the back end is now constructed with a roof. I did do a bit of tidying up with some of the blocks, but I'm not really looking to... Oh, they're right there. Not really looking to complete the ship. I'm looking more to... How can you put it? Have fun with it. Does that match up? It does. Oh, clever me. So I want 6s. No, that button. Yeah. Well done, me. Right, so I think we'll do the little 2 bits first, because they're going to be easier. And then we'll have this big thing. So I don't know if you've noticed, the graphics have changed. Look at the lighting on it. Yes, I spent 4 hours repairing a disaster from Windows 11. So I installed all my drivers again. Yeah, about that. Right, we can produce everything here, can't we? Alright. I think we'll produce it here. On this assembler. Now, that tank is going to need to fill up. We're at 100% already. Okay, filling a tank up. We're going to need some ice. So, I was talking about the ice. Where'd you get the ice from? Well, it's here. Look, ice everywhere. Batteries are looking good. Yeah. I decided not to make a big hole in the ice lake. So instead, I put my drill underground. Because I'm like that. Yeah, let's turn you on. You'll do. And if we just ask it to punch into the wall a little bit, a bit like that, you see, you get ice. Isn't that clever? Isn't that really clever? And we've got this tennis court in the making down here, or a set of tennis courts. It's getting a bit big. Yeah, well, hey ho, can always build something here. Alright, you're ready. Okay. Ba-ba-ba, hinge. Reverse. That'll do. And it'll just sweep around and collect up ice and, oh, lovely, look at all of this iron as well. Oh, what a shame, gonna get bonus iron. We're gonna need that. I've also changed it to 4-hour days because I was getting a bit perturbed by the 2-hour jobs. Alrighty, let's get building. So this is going to be the extra hydrogen tank. We'll need 2 hydrogen engines to go with all of this extra stuff. Right, that's some connections. So it's doubly connected, the hydrogen, in case one of the connections gets destroyed by combat, which is possible. Everything's possible, so we don't. I've still got 131 steel plates. Huh. Okay. I think we can lose those into here, I think. Yeah, we can. Lovely. Yeah, we're going to need quite a lot more than that. Okay. So these hydrogen tanks are a bit big. Which is fine. You're probably thinking, well, why are you putting this at the front? Well, we've got 2 in the middle, so if they get blown up, or the middle of the ship gets blown up, we've got hydrogen still here. Another safe, so these are hydrogen tanks here. So it's an extra safety feature, sort of. It's functional, it's done. Magic, right. So you can fill up. Alright, I thought I saw something which I shouldn't have seen, but never mind. Right, so that puts us at 67% from 100 because we've added a third tank. That will happily get going. Alright, let's get some ice melting. And now we're just going to have to add 2 extra engines. I think that might be a good idea. So let's do that. G. So thrusters. Large hydrogen, please. You'll do. Yeah, that's about the right size. How are we looking on? Yeah, everything's looking okay. So where are we going to put these? Well, obviously on here. I think that's going to be the most obvious place. Can I get to the other thingy? Yes, I can. So yeah, that platform can also come out. Okay, just messed that up. Never mind. button. Like that, I think. Is that right? Looks right. Let's get rid of some of this steel a minute. Thank you. Yeah, we're going to have to take you away, because you're going to be in the way. Like that. That looks correct. Is there any other connections that we can make onto that to actually fix it onto the ship a bit better? There is. We could go from this hydrogen tank to here. This no longer fits properly. That'll have to be removed then. Right, I'm going to think about that one. I'm definitely going to think about it. So we can double connect this. Oh. Oh. Thank you. I ran out of hydrogen. Yeah, flying around in gravity. Yeah, there is a slight issue with gravity. Whoopsie daisy. It doesn't like you being in the air. Did that work? Yeah, I think it did. Oopsie daisy. Right, what was I doing? We were adding an engine, I remember. Keep getting distracted by, you know, gravity. Alrighty. Right, let's make this thing, and we want to make this thing. I want to make them in here, if possible, please. Lovely. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll get it from here. So there we go. 2 more engines in production. And that's doing a nice little journey. 42k ice already picked up. You're right, okay. Looking okay, actually. That is looking good. Magic. Building underground. Saves a lot of visual mess. Right. Engines. We'll get to you in a sec. La 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 la. There we go. We've already got 1% extra hydrogen. That's nice. That's pretty good. So that hydrogen tank's actually going to take quite a while to fill. Which means that we get to mess around with the ship a little bit. Ship's weight's going to go up a little bit, but hey ho. Nothing to worry about there. What I do worry about is hydrogen engines. Off. I don't know why they're turned on when you're making them, but I guess that's the option that people would prefer. Me, I prefer them off, so that when I'm making them, they don't suddenly turn on and, well, barbecue me. You know, little bits like that. I mean, barbecued blades, on a Sunday, okay. We'll see about that in the future. It'll probably happen one day. Because I'm stupid. Yeah. Oh, how much thrust do these give, by the way? 7.2 meganewtons. Okay. So we've just added 14 and we had 21. We're going to get off the ground easily. Right, okay. That means we can go 21, 35, 3.5 million kilograms for 1 kilometre stopping range. Okay. And we are currently at 2 million kilograms, 2.1. So we can go to 3.5. That gives us a bit of building room. Oh, I think we can use that. Those are rough calculations from the experiment of landing this thing last week, which I needed to know, like, some of the data, really, to guesstimate roughly what we can and can't do. So there are some alterations to the ship to do. We did this one first, didn't we? And those were important. Well, it was an important experiment, shall we say. And I realised that we didn't really have enough downwards thrust for planetary landing. Well, if you want to do it safely. Because we're going to be expanding the ship as we go. Because obviously it's a mobile base. I think that's pretty obvious by now. And I don't really feel like leaving it up in orbit whilst I land in a smaller ship or something. I wanted to be able to bring this down with us. Oh, we don't need more engines than that. We'll see. We'll see. If we do, we just add another one on the end, don't we? Yeah, so this ship is a bit bigger than people may have originally thought. Whilst you're flying around in space and you're messing around with the ship and building it, I don't think you realise the size. And they're huge. I mean, look at all of these batteries. It's just an absolute huge thing. Oh, I wanted to look at a block today as well. Alright, we'll do that as well, but we're not here. We're going to build a little bit of an experiment after doing this engine, I think. Yeah. If I remember rightly, they've added new blocks in the latest patches, and I haven't even looked for them. And I think they might help us. Oh, I can go from there. Can I reach it? I can. There we go. And it's access points that I'm thinking about for, like these access points. And one of the things you can't do is access through a conveyor. But I think there's a new block that allows you to do that. You see, I can't walk up to this conveyor and access it. Nothing. They just convey things. Yeah, well, I think that's why they call them conveyors. Yeah, probably. So a little bit of experimentation coming up. Don't do that. Use the door. I set it up so that I can use the door, so use the door. Alrighty, K. Snafu thrusters. Snafu or thrust, you. Control C. Control V. There we go. All thrusters. Control click. Control click. And save. Looks good. So if I press 2. Oh, brand new thrusters have been added. Press 5. That switches your braking thrusters off. Pressing 2. Switches them all off. Right, thrusters have been added. They're not really fixed to the ship. And that's problematic in my mind. We need to fix them to the ship. I don't care what anybody says. Combat in the game, stray bullets tend to destroy blocks. So having something joined onto your ship by a single connection point or one block is not a good idea. How can we do this? Okay. Oh God. Sorry, I'm not very well. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that wasn't good. We don't have any steel here. Oh, recovering. Alrighty, let's go take a look at the top part. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. I've got an underneath one now. Alrighty. So these are just protection blocks, not protection, security blocks really. To make sure that they stay attached. If they get damaged, at least we're bringing them with us to get rebuilt. They're not just going to fall off, float off into space. Which is basically bye-bye engine. That'll do. So if we do it to... yeah, okay, we'll do it on the other side as well. Okay. Okay. It's looking all right. Is that right? Have I got this right? I think I have. It's just that it's done it differently. Okay. Alright, puts the edges in now, does it? Okay. Yeah, I made some steel plates just in case we needed some. Because I thought we might be building a ship. Looks like we are. So, there are ways of designing a good spaceship and there are ways of designing a bad spaceship. I'm not really too sure what they are, but there we go. Right, this is important. How do we do it? We need to place something into this hole. Okay. Like this. Alright. Click. Just on this one. Haven't I? Yes, I have. Okay. Okay, so what I want to do is place a connection onto the roof. For that I need interior plates, okay. And then see if there's something called an access hatch. I don't know if there is. Access panel allows access for emergency or maintenance and makes flat surfaces look more detailed. Okay. Don't think that's the one. So I don't know what it's going to be called. Huh. Is it just a panel? A control panel. No, I'm not sure. There are so many new blocks, aren't there? I think we might have to look that up. Okay. Noted. Let's look it up. Lovely. So now we need doofries. 30 will do. That's a wall. How to get out of here? That's upside down. Ah, that's probably why I'm disorientated. So these two gaps. We can turn into turret areas. So that will take a conveyor belt like that. Which is good. Not sure I want these slopes here. Okay. But as you can see up here, I've got no access to anything. So I have to go back down and around to get access. And that is not a good idea. Alright, plenty construction components, got you. So, I'm thinking, how do we make an access panel to get at cargo? That's what I'm really thinking. Especially on the top side of the ship, because at the moment our cab's up there. And if I'm going to do any building, I prefer to do like building projects, especially if we're in space, next to an access panel. Ah. Interesting. Because there's like one there. So I don't have to fly. Or I build the floor up and then lose access to that battery. Okay. We'll see. Alright, so let's look at that now. I think it was the patch notes that I saw it in. Okay. Fieldwork live now. Fieldwork pack. Okay. Overhaul. Unknown signals overhaul. Strong improvements to planetary encounters. The Great Skin Hunt. What's next? New blocks base game. Small oxygen tank, large grid, small connector. Yeah, I know about that. Refill station. Uh-huh. Pipes, decorative floors, cargo access terminal. Huh. Cargo access terminal. I wonder if we have it in the base game. I think that's a question, isn't it, that we really need to answer. I mean, they say they've put these things in, but do they put them into the base game, or is this an expansion DLC that you have to download or update to include? I'm not sure, because I've got an expanded edition, haven't I? So if I type in cargo here, it's a DLC. Well, that scuppers that idea. Because I was going to use this for building ships. We've got this nice large area here. So we need an area where we can build ships. Okay, with access to a cargo container. Alright. So it's downloadable content. Nice. I mean, that's not bad. I'm only going to play the base game. I'm not going to do downloadable content because I've already got all the content, you know, like for the sci-fi thrusters and things like that, added into the base game. As I bought the full thing, rather than just the base game, which without any extra blocks whatsoever. So I can't work with that idea. Right, let's bin that and start a new idea. We'll need a cargo container. How much weight can I spare? Okay. We only need 80% hydrogen to get off planet. Because we can take enough ice with us to fill the rest. We're at 71 and our weight is at 2.2. Right. And the cargo container goes directly below this cab. Yes it does. That's already got 2 junctions. That'll give the cargo container 2 junctions. Then we can place a floor in. Done. Okay. Done I have been. You'll do. What have I got on me? Oh, that'll do. So the cargo container fits there. And there's a bloody light in the way. I'm sorry, Mr. Interior Light. Could you disappear? Thank you. And we're on 5. And it's interior plate. God damn you. Just take the lot. Who cares? What are you doing in my inventory? I don't know. And I saw that was at 2% hydrogen. Okay. Maybe I should use 2 hydrogen bottles. Some planets. Alright, let's see if we can place this baby. Like that. Make sure that's placed correctly. Yep, squares match up. I'm alright with that. Right. Yeah, the front end's starting to come together. Okay. Lovely. So now you know how I design things. I design things as items are required. We place them in when needed, sort of thing. So our build area is going to be past the nose of the ship. Well, the current nose of the ship. Not really much new there. And the floor goes underneath, we can put connectors through there. I'll wait till cargo containers obviously filled up so that I've got access to cargo. And then we can start building the front of the ship from that cargo container. It really is that simple. Now, do we build it here? Or do we go into space and build it? Why have I got a notification to go live with Discord? Shift, comma to show. Why are you still on my screen? Shift, comma, apostrophe. That one. Nothing happens. Discord, what are you doing? Get off my screen. Thank you. Yes. Windows 11 isn't working very well, shall we say. It's having issues. And the issues come with the fact that all of these applications have these control keyboard thingies, and they conflict. And of course Windows can't manage that. So issues arise. Because I have a set of control codes for the stream, which go with the graphics card. I have a set of control codes for Discord. I have a set of control codes for the game itself, so that's 3 layers. And Windows can't cope. Which is fine. Should it be able to cope? Yes. It's supposed to be a bloody operating system. Okie dokies, we have what we're after. So what do I need now? Let's just look down here a sec. Yeah, you'll do. I'll take 50. And I will take 10. You just right click and drag to do that, by the way. I need 2 number 8s. 2 conveyors. One goes on there. One goes on there. Nice and simple. And then we need a number 6. And I want that facing down, please. No, I don't. I want it facing up. 1, 2, 3. Don't want to go past that point because we've got a drill head up there to mark my limits for building whilst here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Makes the build easier, doesn't it? Now you know why I wanted a cargo container here. So this is going to be the front ship extension. That cargo container marks the first item of the build area for building ships. So it's going to be a docking bay, goes in front of that. And then in front of the docking bay will go, I'm guessing we're going to put in the controls and flight controls and stuff after that. So there's 2 more extensions to go on the front. Yeah, this is going to be a slightly small ship. That means our forward thrust is going to be low. So we're going to need 4 more engines. 2 forwards, 2 backwards. As you can see, I'm going to put a floor here, and the floor here is not going to match. Which is absolutely fine. So you're probably wondering, why am I building these useless conveyors here for future? Not to be used yet. But there's my connection for the front. And there's my access point. That's perfect. So if I press a 4 now, we should be able to fill in the blocks. That can be left open. So we're going to go there. So this has to come out 1 more. At least. More. I'm going to take it 1 more after that as well, I think. Make sure everything's attached. Yeah. And we are going to have it too wide, aren't we? For now. I'm not sure about the width. Alrighty. So yeah, this is actually looking okay. So yeah, it's going to be a very large exploration ship. I think that's the best way of putting this. For don't need that one there. That's practically useless because it'll go up into that. I tend to do only practicals if I can help it. There you go. A lot of people do quite a lot of flamboyant stuff on their designs to make things look good. I find that doing the basics first and doing your flamboyance very, very much last is usually a better way of doing things due to the weight considerations. Because every time you add a block, you're adding weight. So adding what I call pretty blocks, aesthetic blocks, I think that's what we should call it. Complete waste of time initially. Totally worth it later on. Hey Fraggy, thank you for the raid. I didn't realise anybody else was playing this game. But I hope everything went well for you. This is me taking time off being unwell. Okay, I do believe we've got what I require. Let's pop these in. And then we can put some an extra set of adjoining blocks in. We'll pop them in here. Oops, wrong one. There was much destruction, yes. I encountered that on Sill's server 2 days ago. I was playing with mate Sill and we ran into a pirate mining outpost. And quite a lot got blown up as a carrier popped in to say hello at the same time. So we were dealing with an awful lot of drones and angry miners. And we had 2 assault cannons. And yeah, things didn't go according to plan. Let's put it that way. Now we just need a front section. That drill's now practically useless. So that can go. Can I get to it without killing myself? We can. Let's get rid of that drill. Inventory full. That's handy. I've got a thingy here. Thank you. Hello, drill. Goodbye, drill. It served its purpose. It did well, that drill. I will need a conveyor to replace it. Just one, please. Yep, we need a conveyor here. Pop the conveyor in first, number 8, please. we go. Check the build planner. Oh, wait a minute. Let me. You've written something there. You found mobile outposts partially destroyed while looking into a nearby base, reporting it was running out of power. Seems like they have changed Europa to be in permanent storm conditions, so solar is significantly reduced. Oh. Oh, that's nasty. Yeah, I use solar as my travel mode. But I do have a reactor on board. Just in case. I always have a reactor, but I don't have it switched on because I don't have a lot of uranium. So, yeah, there's that. I think I've got about 200 uranium, which would keep me going for a couple of days at a push if I got stuck somewhere without solar. But having reduced solar permanently... I've never tried things like the Europa server. Is there PvP there? Because if there is, that would put me off a little, but no, I'm not too bothered about PvP. I mean, I've played EVE Online, for God's sake. So, I know exactly what PvP is. It's hell on earth. But, good fun. Right, that's replaced the drill. So the plan is... to build a little bit of a spaceport off the front here. How big? You've got mods to keep everything very PvE there. No idea what partially destroyed the outpost, nor when it happened. But a lot of resources are just gone from there. Oh, that's a shame. Sounds like it might have been hit by a railgun. The only time though I've nearly lost resources is when I initially played the game. A little story for you. I was building a completely different design of ship in those days. A bit modular like this one. I always do modular builds. So I built a mid-section, then a back section, and now I'm doing the front section. And then we'll do the externals. Or the external shell. And I was parked next to an asteroid, and a dirty great big meteorite went straight through my, well, what was then my back section. And I had my cargo containers in the back section full of ice. So in the middle of my back section were two dirty great big lumps of ice, which I had to manoeuvre the ship away from, turn the ship around, stick a drill on the front of it, and collect them again. It was a bit rough. Risks of any always on server. There's non-stop enemy NPCs patrolling at random. Got ya. Yeah. That's fine. That's fine. I can deal with that. I have ways of dealing with roaming NPCs whilst I'm offline. We use these things here. And drones on automatic detections. I mean, the NPCs use the drones. So why can't the players? Of course you can. You just need beacons, antennas, and activation blocks. And drones that are at the ready. I think that's done. Can we do any more to this ship? Right, that was a failure. So we can repurpose these conveyors. We are going to repurpose the conveyors. Ooh, was I standing close? A little. Whoops. Gravity. Remember gravity. It is not your friend. Right, so here we just want standard blocks. Oh, if anybody has a decent colour for a ship, let me know. I don't like this colour. Typical of me. I just threw a colour in, thought, oh, that might look pretty, and no, it doesn't. Yeah, there's that. Now you can see why I wanted access. It's alright, doesn't matter. We can always jump off the side. Yeah, so here at the back. No, that's the front. Here at the back, we have that little reactor there, just switched off. Fully protected by armoured blocks, of course, because rebuilding something like a reactor is an absolute nightmare. So I don't do that. Can we get to that access point? We might be able to. So I think it's pretty damned obvious what I'm putting here. 3x3 square is a turret. I think NPCs are quite good nowadays in this game. When I was originally playing it, they were a bit tame. They're a lot more of a threat, I found, in my more recent encounters, even in this playthrough. I'm not scared of them, I just don't want the damage. I think that's the key. So we'll need a turret. What type of turret should we have? What we got? Gatlings, rocket launchers, interiors, artillery. I'm not doing artillery, that needs uranium for the ammo. Assault cannon. I think auto cannons need uranium. I'm going to be boring. Yeah, I'm going to use Gatlings. We're going to have Gatlings. That's fair enough, isn't it? And of course I've got no access points up here. Bad design of a ship there. So I don't use hydrogen engines to power my ships. I use uranium. I don't use hydrogen to recharge batteries. Use solar and uranium on spaceships. I'll use a hydrogen engine on something like an ice base, because we're on a lake here, and that will do things a bit better. If you've got ice, whoa, falling. If you've got ice available, then hydrogen engines are fantastic. I should really build one here, shouldn't I? Maybe we should before we go. Because I haven't placed one in. And there is one supposed to be on this base. Let's just crouch. Okay. Piston. Would you mind going 2 meters in that direction? Yeah? Yeah. I looked at the patch notes. Apparently Europa not constantly having harsh weather was a bug and should have been like that the entire time. Oh, that's okay. Sounds like a challenge. I mean, if you know that it's there all the time, that's not too bad, because then you can well, cater for it in your designs and builds. A hydrogen engine. What a damn good idea, having a hydrogen engine here. It's this light bug that I don't like. Sunlight bleeds through the planet, and then that's sunlight, and it's coming through the planet because of the voxels. It's just a mismatch in alignment, and I don't know how to fix it. That's the only one that I would like fixing. Everything else is fine. It'll disappear in a second when the angles change. Alright, you dig some ice out and some iron. That's very nice of you. Where do we put a hydrogen engine in here? I think we put one here. We can move this stuff out of the way. Yeah, okay. We'll think about that for us in a second or two. I'm at 60% power. Alright. See how it's coming through the planet and it's just lighting all the underneath up? Yeah. Well, it's a shame it happens, but I mean the sun's all the way down there somewhere. And it's moving that way. It's a shame it happens, but it doesn't affect the game, it just affects the visuals. So I'm not overly bothered. How much hydrogen have I got on me? 12%. Go me. Yeah, you go get some Z's, dude. Thank you. Thank you for popping by. It is appreciated. Don't want this one. I want this one. Remembering where I've placed everything. That's my hardest problem, I think. Alrighty. Let's go. You'll do. All components successful. Okay. This ship is getting a bit big, isn't it? Yeah, I put a little castellation around the back end of this thing just to protect these back engines from any naughty or unwanted attention. So if you're wondering, the back of the turret is this control panel here. We are going to just name you. Well done, that's nice. So this is top, middle, right. It's on. Max distance. Meters. We don't have meters. Rockets on. Bit of waste of time, but it's funny. Stations, yeah, okay. That's a good point. Default. You can go on weapons. You can go on weapons. I'm going to leave these ones on default. Okay. I'll have 2 on weapons and 2 on default. We don't have enough to do it any other way. Gatling turret 4. Okay. This is top, middle, left. And we can name you. And I think everything else is on defaults here. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. And it's quite happily reloaded itself. You're active. Right, that gives us enough for drones. Drones are now dead. We have 2 assault cannons for larger ships to help out. That's going to be interesting. Right, so that's been repurposed. Anything... I just was talking about hydrogen engines, wasn't I? Let's go do that. It doesn't have to be switched on or anything, unless we need... No, batteries aren't desperate, so... I do want to clear some of this out, though. That's loud. Okay. How much do I need to clear out? 4 blocks, if that. I've altered my sound settings, haven't I? Is that too loud on stream, do you think? I'll check it out. I'm not drilling that much these days, because obviously I'm using drills. 1, 2, 3, 4, plus 1. Okay, that'll do. Tidy up. I do tend to tidy up my drilling. And I want this one here cleared. Alrighty. We have 22 steel, that'll do. 4. Wrong colour, who cares? I don't. Not this stage anyway. 1. I'll do. G, engine. Hydrogen engine. There we go. Is there only the one connector on it? No, there's an underneath connector. So it does have two connectors. I'm happy with that. That's the right way up. So I only use these on bases where there is ice present, to be honest. They are a little ice hungry, or can be anyway. So what's it called? A hydrogen engine. There you are. You are going to go with the Lake Ice Station. So that's you. Copy. Paste. Off. I don't want you to use anything until I'm ready to use you. Lovely. I need power. I've got no way of getting power down here, because I haven't built the underground part of the station. You'll do. No, you're on recharge. You won't do. You'll do. At least I get a nice view from this seat. Don't you think that's lovely? That is an absolute gorgeous view. So above ground, you can't tell this is a mine. It looks more like a workstation. Well, this part of it is anyway. And the other part's the actual mine. They're connected through a tube that goes below the cargo container. The large cargo container. Goes straight down. Alright, landing pad for the ship. The base build. I know what the foundation blocks should be. Right. I've got those in my head. It's telling us about 99%. It's interesting. There is a hydrogen fuel tank full here, so I can always just fill up and go. But I might need that as a spare, so I'm going to leave it full. 2 to 14 days of station power. So the hydrogen engine that I'm building doesn't need to be turned on. But if I build, or have to build, another large grid ship, to get it charged up initially, damn useful to have a hydrogen engine. Spare. Oops, just hit the microphone. Do apologise. So yeah, when designing your ships, I go modular. Other people have a grand design. We'll build it from blueprints or whatever. You can build from blueprints in this game. It's quite good, and it works in the base game. It all depends on how you want to play the game. I like modular builds because then I get to think about a little bit at a time. And my small brain reacts better that way. Right, you're switched off, aren't you? Good. Oh, was an idiot. I didn't fill in the floor first. Never mind. Too late. Oh well. Whoopsie daisy. Can we fill in the floor still? No. We can't. Why did I just do that? I'm an idiot. Now I can. Now we're going to have a blue block in the middle of it. Isn't that nice? Like purpley blue block. Multicolours. There you go. We're now multicoloured bases. I think that is a fantastic idea. Glad I thought of it. Oh, you're still happily going. Okay. There we go. We just enlarged our underground base. Yeah, you see, there's a great big tube going straight up. That was fun to build. Wonder what I'm going to do with this cavern. So we can put some table tennis rooms over here. I'm going to put a bar in somewhere over there. Maybe a dance floor. Could be. A snooker hall can go on the other side. We could play snooker. Turn it into a casino. Don't make me laugh, it hurts. Oh God. Oh God. Underground casino at the Lake Ice Station. Holy mackerel. Whatever will I think of next? Dear me. Ah, bless. I don't need that. So when you arrive in a ship and you want to repower it, you can go down here and switch that bugger on and it'll repower your ship for you. That's nice. Doesn't use uranium, uses ice. Guess what I've got? A lot of ice. Yeah. Oh look, sunrise. Very nice. There's a pirate base. Just on the other side of that pass there. Don't want to do anything about it. I wouldn't mind. I was thinking of popping over and saying hello. How are we doing on hydrogen now? Now we've altered this ship. Have I made any modifications that I need to adjust? Yes, probably. I've added a cargo bay. Yeah. 77. We've got 3% to go before I can lift off. I can speed that up. do you? Copy. V. Front. So what I can do is I can switch that off. I can switch that off. I can switch that on. That's how you make it faster. So that's down to 36% now. But it can refill itself. It doesn't need me here to do that. You just switch you on. You just switch you on. It is as simple as that to refill your ship at a station. Why did I switch those two tanks off before doing the refill? Because otherwise it would have refilled out of those two tanks. You wouldn't have gained anything. Right, I'm happy with the turrets. You might notice all the turrets are towards the back. That's because I am usually flying away from my opponent, not towards them. This is not an assault ship, it's an exploration ship. So I'm going to use a 3x5 landing pad in front of that cargo container on the front. Okay. And we've got more fuel than we can shake a stick at. Right. Right. So this series is all about exploration. And we're into, well, 1.5 hours into the stream and we haven't done any. We've just been building the basic ship that's going to enable us to do that. Let's go explore. But I think I want to start with, on this stream especially, I think we'll do the takeoff next stream. I want to explore more around this planet, as it were. So, how do we do this? Oh, I've lost health. That's okay, we'll sort that out in a bit. That's probably falling off. Yes, gravity hurts. So everything here is set. I think we're alright actually. I think we've got plenty of ice. You're still moving. Okay, we'll let this finish first. Because then I can shut it down so it's not using power. Let our batteries charge up for the daytime. So yeah, when you're mining like this, it's nice to find iron in amongst the ice. I mean, that is a huge bonus, the amount of iron we've been able to get out of this, as you can see. But the space that you generate, look at the size of it and think, what could you do with a space that's going to be absolutely huge? Turn it into a construction yard. That small base only extends out to about there. I'd have to put markers in. But I can extend this area in any direction I want. And probably follow the iron. Or you could just use it for mass storage. Put cargo containers down here and batteries. Living quarters. You can build anything you want in a space this size. It's just... I've just hit the microphone again. What is wrong with me? It's quite amazing what you can do. Alright, there's the mine drill. You're the hinge, you're at 90. Mine drill off. Don't need anything else there. That'll do. Alright, that's all done. We don't really need any batteries in this area. It seems to have coped with a big ship arriving quite nicely. Turn you on. Oh, P. Okay. It's got a parking brake. Yay, look at this little thing, isn't it ace? It's better when it's in the sun. Kicking up the ice. Awesome little thing. It goes at 22 meters per second. Absolutely amazing. But it gets me from point A to point B, and that's all that really matters. Turns a bit like a toad. That'll do. No, put that back on. Park, P, so it doesn't go anywhere. My God, you can still see the ship. Okay. Let's go and fix me health. So this is the main base on the planet. As you can see, not completed. But that's okay. There's my health. Spare hydrogen in case we need it. What do you mean we might need some hydrogen? Okay. And in our taxi, we have nothing. Couple of hydrogen spare. I've got 150 blocks on thingy-majiggies on me. Put those in. Alrighty. 44 days. Huh? Oh, that's because it's fully recharged, yes. Yeah, they're working. batteries are flashing. Yes. Okay. Sol GPS. All of the Earth ones, orbits. What I want to look at, I can't see here. Okay. There we go. You. Where are you? So it's the only station I found. And that's why I want to do an exploration thing. 44.25 kilometers away. Okay, no solar panels on this thing, so that's fine. Alright, well, that's 1, 2, and 3. Press 5 to take the brakes off. And it's in that direction. We might need to go over that hill. Alright. Noted. Two hours. Under flight. A beautiful morning excursion. Wow, look at this place. Isn't it lovely? Ooh, that tree's a bit close. Hello, tree. What a fantastic planetary world. So looking at the screenshots of Space Engineers 2 and looking at some of the video footage and what they're planning, this is going to improve. Huh. I think we need a bit more height than this. There we go. Isn't it glorious? The sun's out, the weather's nice, it's a fresh morning on planet Earth. Wow. I think we'll go over that hill. I have scouted this area out before, but so I know what is around. I didn't see any pirates, put it that way. But it doesn't mean they're not here. If they dug themselves a hole and hidden it. I'm trying to climb up over the hill. Alrighty. I don't think I'm really too bothered about unknown signals. If you are wanting to collect the plushies and the skins for your spacesuits, then unknown signals are the best place to get them. You can go grab them from there. So what I'm flying is a very, very simple air-based ship. It needs atmosphere. It can't fly outside of the atmosphere. And if you go over a tall mountain, you might lose enough atmosphere for it to crash. So that is simulated within the game. Atmospheric pressure. Alright, just pull the nose down a bit, keep it there about. It'll speed up by itself. So, yeah, be careful when going over hills in something like this. The ship itself is nothing special. It's just a couple of components thrown together that can fly. It's not a bad little thing. It serves as a taxi. It doesn't do anything else. It doesn't do mining, it doesn't do anything else, it's travel only. So again, getting from point A to point B, this is fine. As you can see, it's just a couple of downwards thrusters, 3 sideways, 4 forwards, 4 backwards, cockpit, connections. That's roughly about it. I don't know what's below that battery. Oh, it's another battery, so it's got 2 batteries on it. That's a bit OTT. That top one could come off and we could put some small ones in there and save a lot of weight. Yeah, that's slightly inefficient. And of course we've got our landing skid underneath. Armour plating. Because I don't use landing feet, ever, if I can avoid it. Why? I usually have a bad experience with them. Trying to unlock the little buggers from the floor. So I gave up on them and then started building ships and vehicles without them. And I found, well, if you put a block in the way that can get destroyed, yeah, you'll be fine. Just don't land heavily. So if you're careful enough, you're fine. V, please, and then Alt. So as you can see, there's lots and lots of lovely places to visit. If you want to build out here, you can do. Over there, where that mountain is, that left-hand littler mountain there, the little hill next to it, you can just about see at the base of that hill a bit of a cliff. Below that is an ice lake. I know that because I scouted it out. And if I went higher, you'd probably be able to see it as well. So we're 13 kilometers away from an ISMU station. ISMU. Interstellar Munitions. We promise high-class weapons, affordable ammunition, and our guaranteed discretion on all transactions. That worries me a little. two mixed signals. It's got a beacon, right? Why would it need a beacon? Alright. Let's go take a look. Our first exploration has started. Not in space, but here. I've got brakes. Ah, it's towards the desert. Okay. And it's got a shield. Let's find out if we've got brakes. Not very good ones, but we've got them. Let's go take a look. Go down to 50. Alright, we're inside the shield. It hasn't opened fire on us or anything stupid like that. Okay. It's landing pads. I'll take this landing pad here. Fair enough. I don't really want to land on the light, but we're going to have to, aren't we? That looks about right. What do you think? Switch the engines off and find out. Good idea. Okay. Nice place. Ah. We have an outpost, I guess. Okay. Got doors. Ooh, what's in here? Anything nice? Guns and ammo. Don't want. I'm an explorer. It just comes up with the same one, does it? Okay. A reception desk. Nice. I haven't got my helmet sealed, have I? No, got nothing turned on. Okay. Contracts. Store. Okay. A vending machine. Ammo. Ooh. Price 64,000. Ooh. Oh, an ATM. K to open terminal. Access denied. Oh. F. Account balance. I've got 10,000 credits. Right. I know how much money I've got now. I've got 10,000 credits. Ooh. F, I guess. What can we buy for 10,000 credits? Large railgun sabo costs 55,000. Oh my god. Power kits? Ah. We can sell here. Oh. Magnesium powder. We could sell them some magnesium powder. They don't seem to want much. I'm not selling the metal grids. That's not happening. Prototech scrap, not seen that before. Uranium ingots. We could earn some money here. Yeah. I mean, 10 uranium ingots isn't a lot. Ah, what's this? Access denied. Oh, okay. No, I can't access that. Contracts. A hauling contract. And you get reputation. If you fail it, your reputation goes down. Distance, 3,166.4 kilometers. And you want collateral. Oh. We're not doing that then, are we? Oh. That would have been a good way of finding a destination. It doesn't tell us a weight. Yeah. Wow, bigger one. Distance 3,804 kilometers. What's at that distance? That would be a close by planet. Or moon. And there's something within 206 kilometers. That's at the moon here. Okay. We need some money. We get 23 minutes. We get 10 reputation. Right. And you're looking for a cargo capsule. $750 meters deviation. Okay. Mission accepted. So do it. Where's our mission marker? 21.6 kilometers away. No, that's meters. Oh, great. Mission marker. Ah, search area. There we go. Over there. Alrighty. Let's head over to the search area. This is exploration. We're searching. I have to go back and hand this in, don't I? Okay. My sound has died. That didn't sound good. Okay, is the microphone still working? It seems to be still working. Yeah, okay. There's no timer on the screen or no readout, it just gives us a search area. Fair enough. There is a missions button somewhere. Probably M. Try M. No. Dot. No. No. That does that. Question mark. Nope. Alright, we're here. And there's a white circular thingy. Can't see anything. Ah, there it is in the grass. How close do we have to get? Okay, we got a reputation thing. Alright. Let's turn the ship around. Hello, tree. I thought there'd be a tree there somewhere. Right, let's straighten up and go. I can't remember if I need to hand in or not. Let's go find out. Do I get the money or? There's nothing here. Okay. Well, that was simple enough. Our first ever mission accomplished. We went out, we searched, we found. You have to get within about 25 metres of it. Nice. Bit awkward with trees around, but we've got a very, very small craft, so that's fine. That didn't take long. Awesome sauce. Now this is going to change our reputation with these guys. Yeah. About that. Alrighty, we're back. That's the wrong button. 5. Whoops. Nothing personal. I'll do external views for landing. Nothing to write home about. There we go. Okay, let's see if we did good or not. Accepted contracts. It just completed. Oh. Really? 58,000. Yeah. It just completes. There's no hand in. Nothing on systems and interactions. Nothing under miscellaneous. Colon. You do not have any Any contract active? Okay. Right. Fine. We did that. We're now rich. Got 58,000. Huh. Cool beans. I think... Oh, wait a minute. Nothing. Do we have to sit in the couch? No. Nothing here. Okay. There's a door there. Uh-huh. These chairs have inventories. Doesn't seem so. Okay. Ah. Ladders. Do you think we should make that block? No, 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 no. Don't touch whatever they've got. It'll only upset them. Now. Find a nice chair. So, under factions... We're at plus 10. Get it to 500 and you go to friendly. Okay. So you can do missions to get your faction, help them out, get your faction, trade with them, get your faction. But that's gone up by 2. So they are in league with the first class battalion. At this point you can start mapping out your factions. I'll do that offline. Won't do it now. You're looking for negative ones. No. So first class battalion, who are you? We gained a secondary faction, 2 points in these guys who wage war. Well, that makes sense. So these two are in league with each other. Now, whoever they're making war with, if we get faction with these guys, might give us a knock-on negative with whoever they are fighting. So this faction thing is a bit more complicated than you first, how can you put it, may think. So be careful who you work for, is one of the answers. If you don't care, you just want to earn money, then go ahead, but be warned. It can get a bit tricky. Right, I think that went well. Ice station is that way. Just messed me camera up. I'll get a bit more high than that. That looks better. There we go. So that's who they are and who they're attached with. So one of the things I want to do in this exploration thing is work out which faction is with which faction, who we should trade with, and things like that. We might go trading. I don't know. I want to explore all of the different options we can do out here and find out the nice things that can happen. Not the horrible things like gun shooting and people having screamy hissy fits at us, which we don't really want. We want to be nice and gentle to the whole universe, don't we? Not really. But yeah. And if we get a chance later on, I'm going to build a blooming battleship, not a battleship, a cruiser. Start thinking about that. If we get the exploration ship nicely decked out enough to get us around the solar system, we'll start the build of a ship of war. And we're going to get our own back on the pirates at the end, I think. Or we might make that a different season, I don't know. A separate series. Revenge. How does it work on keyboard, this? Oh, it's a bit... Yeah. That works on keyboard, but that input is rather sudden. Alright, we'll use the mouse. Good to test. So yeah, if you're on planet Earth and it's your start location, check out nearby stations. Find out what they've got, what you can buy, what you can sell them. I am thinking about doing a bit of selling there. But it's magnesium and uranium, two of the things that I want myself at the moment. Because we do have to make some ammunition for our turrets. Is that? But we have the option. I'm glad I didn't build a land vehicle to do this trip. This planet might be a good starting planet and it's got good areas for land vehicles, but at the same time, as you can see, it's also not very friendly in places to wheeled vehicles. I think cliffs are a bad road surface. I don't know why. It's just a feeling I've got. Let's pop it that way. So if you do decide to do a land vehicle like this area here is quite nice, and there's a rock there with iron in it, just lying around on the floor, which we could collect. We're not going to, but we could. But if you have a look around, you can see how the landscape, although what is below us is nice, up ahead is a bit scarred. There is a mod you can download for smoother planets, which helps if you want to do a land invasion of a planet. I think we need a bit more height than this. It's nothing personal, but that's a bigger hill than I thought. Oh, there's the mountains. I recognise those mountains. head that way. I also prefer the in-cockpit flight control system rather than being on the external view. Although if you're scouting you should use the external view, I guess. But for immersion, I think the cockpit view is quite good. You can have the well, there is an option to switch off external views. It is one that I don't mind using. You can switch off jetpacks on planets as well. And again, something I don't mind using. You play the game differently, but... And obviously you design, you craft. You crafts differently. But those options are open to you. One of the things I found on the options, which I didn't realise was there, is share inertia tension. I didn't realise it was on the options menu. It is. I had to switch it on so that I could use that drill underground in an ice lake. Hey, bandit. Do we stray over to the right and have a look at the distances? It's about 5 kilometres over on our right hand side now. There's a pirate. Or there was a pirate base. I wonder if they moved on. Wonders. I don't really want to tempt fate. If it's not showing, I'm happy. I'm more than happy for it not to show. Let's head back down to the lake. We're in a bit of free fall at the moment. Oh well. I always descend flat if I can. Due to other objects being around like the floor. And flying is really just practicing missing the floor. So I'm trying to practice that. It's a new technique I'm using for flight controls. About there'll do. Yeah, that'll do. Deepy deepy dum dum. Oop. Soon get some shadows to help us. There's a shadow. Good guitar players. But hey ho, that's beside the point. Let's line that up a little bit better. Thank you. Tilted slightly. Okay. No joy. Yay, we have joy. So that is a 3, a 2, and a 1, and an F. Yeah. Did I not build any stairs? Yeah, right, okay. X. Anything else needed down here? Lights, yeah. We might want to build some lights down here at some point. You're all switched off. Yeah, you are. You're all off. Okay. This part of the base is switched off. That section's done. You're still filling up, so you're now half full. You can fill up in your own time, not mine. So now we're up to building a little bit of a spaceport here on the front of the ship. Do we need side armour? No, not really. I'll defend using the top of the ship where all the armour plating is. I think we should be okay. Yeah, I think we start readying this ship for a journey. Okay. Whoa. Just had a thought. Do I have any oxygen bottles? I do. Okay. Right. What else do we need? I'm gonna take more ice, I think. Got some in here. That's an assembly with 31.5k of iron in it for no reason whatsoever. We've got some ammo. Assembler. The turrets are filled. Hydrogen tanks are okay. 384 ice. 500. Okay. Sort that out after. Got a load of iron here. So we've got 500k iron because we've been mining it out from the ice. Jesus, that's enough iron. Alright. Off. Ice. Let's sort out some ice. So we've got you. Another connector. Okay. We've got a little bit here. I just left clicked. Don't do that. Right click and drag. take 400,000, please. The other one has 300 in it, so we can take another 200 to there. About 120,000. I think that's too many zeros. Okay. Small cargo container. Oh, that's the one with 42k in it, isn't it? Okay. Why didn't that move? Oh, it did. Okay. Right, I've got plenty of ice. There's 600,000 iron left here. Magnesium, not enough. Okay, we're not taking that with us. We have enough. Cobalt's a bit low. Silicon I'm not too bothered about. Nickel's on the low side. I'll take 1,000 there. Cobalt I can't really take away from this place. That's healthy. That's okay. That's okay. Gravel. Any gravel? There won't be, will there? Damn it. Alright, we'll sort that out as we go. So we have about 1,500 ice, it would seem. Yeah. Huh. The ship's ready. Weighing in at 2.7 million kilograms. Yummy! And we've got to get this into space. I think we'll leave that till next time. Because it's a big ship and I don't want to mess it up. I'm still not feeling very well. Okay, we can leave that ship there, that's fine. Look at the size difference though. It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous size on this. No, I think I'm fine. And then we need to build the front end. We can do that in space. We've got a space station up there. We can park up for a... Well, we can do it as we travel. Got plenty of iron on board to do the superstructure. And we're going to need to build a new drill. We'll need to build a platform, move the cab, build a new drill. But we're okay. Right, I think 1,500, well, 1.5 million, or however much we've got in ice is enough. Can we get it off planet? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 large engines, 4 small. Yes, we can. We're in a good spot. And that is going to be the intro to a new season of exploration. We're going to go and start looking at things, which is why I've added a couple of extra turrets on top. So anything like Mayday signals popping up and stuff like that, we're going to start investigating, finding out what's what, who's who, building up factions, trying to find space stations. I know there's one at the moon now. So we might be visiting the moon first. See who we can find there. and really start exploring properly rather than just building or building up resources. If we come across resources in the meantime, that's all well and good. But we'll see how that goes, because I don't think we've got any platinum, have we? No, we haven't. So we haven't got to endgame. I think on that note, we'll call that a wrap. I'll check over all the sound settings, and next Sunday we lift off for space and we do our first build if we get chance and the pirates don't come to get me. We'll see how that goes. And I just knocked the microphone again. God, we'll set that up differently. Okay. So in the meantime, thank you for popping by. Beginning of a new series, exploration of space engineers in the solar system, with a slightly larger ship than you would start with. But we have got a different series for that up on YouTube if you want to see how that was built, bit by bit. It is all there, it's on the YouTube channel. So if you're not doing anything else for the rest of the day, get out there and have some fun.